Jesus Christ. YouTube channel? I have a what? Hey there, welcome to That Dang Dad. My name is Phil, and tonight we're going to do something a little different. A friend of mine named Robert Kingett approached me a couple weeks ago and asked if he could collaborate on a video. Robert is queer, blind, and has cerebral palsy. He works as an author, an accessibility consultant, and just an all-around activist on behalf of the queer and disabled community. Because I've done videos in the past about accessibility, Robert asked if I would be willing to read an essay he wrote about his experiences as a disabled person during COVID, particularly as it pertains to participating in mutual aid networks and the broader disability community. He sent me a draft and thought it was a really important message, so here we are. So here's the format for tonight. I'm going to read his essay verbatim, and then I'm going to respond to it afterwards. If you only have a little bit of time for the video, make sure you just watch the part with his essay. I'm going to put it in its own chapter for ease of viewing. With all that out of the way, here is Robert Kingett's essay, "Trading My Friends for My Community Has Saved My Life." Many disabled people, including myself, roll our eyes when we see people's opinions that COVID is inevitable and we should all just catch it on social media. It's not because they are never witty or insightful. It's not because the people that usually have these ignorant takes want nothing more than attention. It's because they prove, over and over again, just how little people truly care for one another. Much like the COVID-19 virus, all strands of it, social media is a fascinating glimpse into a world that proves people will do anything to jeopardize their own health and their own loved one's health just to spend a few hours talking with somebody at a dining room table for half an hour. Before today, I assumed people cared about the virus. Now I'm convinced that the only people that care about the virus are disabled people, in part because it's killing us, something non-disabled people have been hoping would happen since the start of the pandemic. Across the United States, headlines keep dominating the discourse, from a bizarre Atlantic missive where they point to ignorant young people and say, "Look, they're not stopping their lives, why should you?" to many older people refusing to care about a new strand of COVID-19. I have cut these people out of my life completely. I can make new friends, it's not that big of a loss. I just find it odd that few other people have realized this fact yet. Friends can be replaced with better friends, but your life cannot be replaced. I've started replacing friends that assumed I was easily disposable with many others in the disability community that are pushing back against the common refrain of, let's just give up and give people COVID in the hopes they will die. Many non-disabled people, young and old alike across generations, are ready for everybody to just get COVID and see who dies and who lives. It's like the Hunger Games have come to life, so now I must play by staying alive and staying amongst my own. For many other disabled people like me, this is now our daily lives. We're constantly being reminded now that, actually, non-disabled leftists want us to die just as much as non-disabled conservatives do. They just don't want to say it out loud. Ever since the pandemic started, I've been in a full lockdown state of living. I don't leave the house. I don't have more than one fully vaccinated friend over at a time. I don't go to events anymore unless they are virtual. And my social calendar is very full thanks to the internet and accessibly designed technologies such as Zoom. I live in a state of lockdown extremes because it feels like non-disabled people have stopped caring about their lives as well as mine. And it's not just ordinary Americans that are casually treating COVID-19 like it's a social fad. Many politicians, doctors, and authority figures are eager to sacrifice human lives for the sake of the economy. In particular, non-disabled government officials publicly announce that people will be fine because it's only sick, old, and disabled people that catch it and are dying. In a CDC report titled "Changing Age Distribution of the COVID-19 Pandemic," the CDC wrote, during June through August of 2020, COVID-19 incidence was highest in persons aged 20 to 29 years, who accounted for more than 20% of all confirmed cases. Even though that report was published in 2020, it still holds up today. Young people are not invincible. This pandemic is the most disabling event of the 21st century. Many non-disabled people are suddenly having to figure out how to maneuver a broken system they've never paid attention to before because they assumed their bodies would always be healthy. Even though many non-disabled people became permanently disabled with long COVID after catching COVID, it doesn't stop the quiet and loud support of eugenics, such as the CDC director saying in a Good Morning America segment, "The overwhelming number of COVID deaths, over 75%, occurred in people who had at least 4 comorbidities, so really these are people who were unwell to begin with." As I've started ditching my non-vaccinated and flippant vaccinated friends for a better disabled community, one thing is clear in this community. We stand for each other because the rest of the world wants us dead or to get COVID so badly that we're incapacitated. Despite that, the disabled community has proven time and time again that we survive this pandemic better than non-disabled people do because we actually know the truth about our own bodies. Many non-disabled people still ignore us or roll their eyes whenever we talk about this COVID thing again. They don't believe us when we wisely prove how to take care of one another and our bodies. We know our bodies better than non-disabled people know our bodies, which is why our community knows how to band together to survive when the rest of the world would rather give up or mistakenly believe that, because they're not disabled, they could never become disabled. Throughout this pandemic, disabled mutual aid has flourished unlike any other mutual aid efforts in the 21st century. This happened in part because it was quiet. I've participated in many mutual aid efforts silently over the course of the pandemic. Disabled mutual aid understands intersectionality, how our privileges clash with our disabled bodies. You'll probably never hear about the many mutual aid networks disabled people have cultivated because it's simultaneously online and yet outside of the spotlight. Disability mutual aid is technology agnostic. What this means is we use whatever technology to achieve the mutual aid goal, as well as platforms that are accessible to multiple disabilities. Everyone understands intersectionality because, contrary to the popular belief, inequities such as sexism and racism are not mutually exclusive. They all intersect. Racism directly intersects with disability injustice. Transphobia directly intersects with disability injustice. A community takes care of its members, and for good reason. As I engage with effective disability mutual aid and long-distance support networks, I've come to realize that in times of a global pandemic that's not going away anytime soon, leaning on my community rather than the wider world is better. The wider world has, unfortunately, let me down. My community, the disability community, is resilient, resourceful, and we will emerge from this alive. Staying alive is resistance. We will resist until our personal stories are over. Just because non-disabled people want to stop caring about a pandemic doesn't mean we will stop building community and resistance. If you'd like to help with disability mutual aid, there's a few ways you can help. Encourage masks and vaccinations, even for your friends. Anybody can become disabled with long COVID at any time. Donate your time to be a volunteer for a disabled person. Even a digital volunteer helping a blind person use an inaccessible website is a great way to volunteer. Apply to be a volunteer for the free app Be My Eyes. It's an app where visually impaired users call in to get sighted assistance. Attend a local disability event in your area and offer technical or hosting assistance. If you enjoy a disabled creator's work, offer to translate it into additional languages. If you know a lot of media contacts, tell your media contacts about disabled people willing to be sources for news stories, especially for health-related stories and policy-related stories. If you're an influencer or any other kind of content creator, regularly platform disabled people. We're never given the microphone when journalists write about important topics. If you enjoy media such as YouTube, offer to caption or provide audio description for content that you enjoy. Offer to teach your favorite creator how to caption their content. The biggest barrier is access to information. If you're a fellow reader like me, you can support your favorite disabled authors in many ways. Call libraries in your state and put in book requests for a favorite book of yours by a disabled author. Call local bookstores and encourage your local bookstore to buy their books. Encourage YouTubers and podcasters to review their books if you enjoy their work. If you're technology savvy, offer disabled activists hosting space on your server. Offer disabled activists access to your services, whether that be website design or hosting services. Sometimes disabled people will be happy to do what I've coined a work swap, trading skills rather than finances. In exchange for hosting my blog, for example, I help out with copywriting and accessibility consultation in return. If you're a coder, help by making more open source software accessible to screen readers and speech recognition users. If you're financially incapable of supporting disabled activists at this time, it's important to boost their content, share their interviews, let your followers see what they have to say. If you have a car, offer to pick up food for disabled people. There's a lot of ways you can contribute to the many disability mutual aid efforts. I'd like to close out this video with some disabled creators that will get you started on learning about the disability community. My information will be last. Alice Wong, disabled journalist and author. The Crip News newsletter by Kevin Gotkin. The Read My Mind podcast, a podcast with transcripts about being black and blind. Jonathan Mosen, a blind man in Australia that hosts a podcast covering topics in the blind community. Renaissance Press, a small publisher that publishes multiple books by disabled authors. Disabled Writers, a database of disabled journalists. That should get you started on finding some disability resources. And now for my contact information. I'm not on social media a lot because I find it to be quite toxic, but you can follow my blog and portfolio at blindjournalist.wordpress.com. You can find out about my books, catch up with my blog, and learn how to donate to me. As I tried to write out my own thoughts about what Robert had to say, I struggled because, what else even really needs to be said? I mean, it's all right there. Take it in, get to work. What do you need me for? That said, I will close this out with one of the angles that stood out to me. Beyond the big call to action for mutual aid, one thing that Robert's essay highlighted is something I've also been aware of at times on the left, and that's the idea of feeling welcome. Those of you who are queer, non-white, disabled, or all three definitely know what it feels like to enter a space that does not feel welcoming. I mean, sometimes that's overt. If you walk into a diner and there's a big Confederate participation trophy hanging from the wall, you know exactly who that space is intended for. But many times, feeling welcome somewhere comes from lots of little subtle signals and interactions. Does anybody greet you? Do people ask you questions and really listen to you? Does the facility or the format seem to anticipate and accommodate your needs? Do people use jargon that's unfamiliar to you? Do people seem excited by your presence, or do you feel like more of an obligation? Right after the pandemic hit, I joined the local chapter of a national left-wing organization. It was my first time ever officially joining up with a political group like that. I attended one Zoom meeting. Everybody was very cordial. But when I tried to connect with other members via email afterwards to find out how to participate more and even offering to help out with some flyer designs or something, I got basically no response. I missed the next meeting and no one reached out to check up on me, and I ended up just withdrawing from the organization entirely. I'm sure they were all very lovely people who were just busy, but it felt like there was really no on-ramp for me to get plugged in, and since COVID was already isolating enough, I just didn't feel like paying monthly dues for extra isolation. And I know from listening to friends that this is not only a fairly common story, but it's even worse if you're non-white or disabled. The Zoom call I was on was a sea of white faces. There were not any explicit accommodations for a deaf or hard of hearing person who wanted to participate. And I know this wasn't out of malice, but all the same, I would bet that many people in the community would not find that to be a welcoming experience. So, once you're done with Robert's calls to action, here's mine. You should conduct a welcomeness audit of any project or organization that you're currently involved with. Who is greeting new people? Who is following up with them after meetings? Who's making sure that the lingo is accessible? Who's making sure that the space and the technology is accessible? Does the makeup of the group reflect the local community? And most importantly, who is making it a priority to proactively reach out and ask people what they need? At the queer teen outreach that I mentor with, we ask the kids all the time, both new members and first-timers, whether this or that is okay, whether it's too loud for the kids with sensory issues, whether a topic is too heavy for a Friday night, and whether they feel like any particular activity is one they can participate in. Our group isn't going to fit every single person, but we're always curious about how we can make it more inviting and more rejuvenating to be there. I would invite you to go and do likewise. Anyway, what do you think about all this? Have you had a similar experience to Robert, having to cut people out of your life during the pandemic? Are you working with any cool mutual aid projects that you want to promote? Or what's something that makes you feel unwelcome in a space? Let us know in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and as always, please share this with somebody that you think might get something out of it. I want to thank Robert for reaching out to me and putting this essay together. I feel really grateful that he trusted me to deliver this message to you. And I think you out there in the dang dataverse should feel very honored that Robert trusted you not to act like a bunch of chodes in the comments. That's high praise. Anyway, thanks for spending time with us tonight, and I hope to see you on the next one. Good night.